Yep. Freaking classic. Oh man. Hey guys, it's Morgan coming to you with another video with the 2023 300XC. But this one's really cool. You guys have been requesting this already online. Today we are going to be comparing the 2023 300XC with a 2021 300XC-W Erzberg edition. This bike, thank you, John Kurz. He's coming riding with us. This bike has an RK Tech head. It's got TBT suspension. It's got a map switch on it. What else we got, John? Power Commander, that's right. It's got the Power Commander. Thank you, forgot about that. It's got the Power Commander to pair up with the RK Tech head. So it's getting way more gas than a normal one. It runs really, really, really well. John's super happy with it. Everybody's ridden it, really likes it. So this to me represents about as good as you can make a TPI 300. I don't think you can make it any better. Maybe different. I know TSP has their own stuff and whatever. This thing runs amazingly well. So we're going to be testing that against the brand new 2023 300XC with the throttle body injection. Untouched, other than I put my Mako 360 on it. I put my handlebars, they're Woods High Pro Tapers, in case you're wondering. And because I've been banging around the rocks, I got scared and went ahead and put my Bulletproof Designs disc guard and my System Tech Racing brake cooler, and oh yeah, System Tech Racing fork bleeders. Still no true performance modification, unless you want to call the Mako 360 a performance modification, but you know what I mean. No suspension, no motor work. Also, quick note, I am working with Kelsey at RK Tech on a head. I'll be taking this bike actually apart, taking the top end, well, at least the head off of it. Anyway, very soon. I don't know when you're watching this. It might already be up. But anyway, taking the head off, we're going to be measuring some stuff for Kelsey. He already has an insert. These bikes come with a two-piece head already from the factory. So getting an RK is going to be pretty sweet because you're not going to have to pay for a whole billet head. You'll be able to just buy the insert, which on the other bikes is like 150, 160 bucks versus 350. So that's pretty sweet. Guys, if you haven't watched the other videos on this yet, I am already in love with this motorcycle. We've got 4.2 hours on it right now. Been running 40 to 1 Motor X. I know the book calls for 60 to 1. I don't like that. I like more oil. It doesn't seem to be causing any kind of problems with the fuel injection, which it wouldn't if you know anything about fuel injectors and mixed gas, whatever. You can run mixed gas through fuel injectors. It's really not a problem. So yeah, I think we're ready to go ride these things, and we'll switch back and forth and get our comments on all of it. I have clicked on the suspension a little bit, but no internal modifications. Let's go ride. All right, guys, first things you might notice as John's warming his bike up, these things don't seem to need to warm up as long. So hit the cold start, push it in. There we go. Now I'm going to let that go for a little bit. Get some heat in the radiators, then I'm going to turn it off. Cool thing is, to turn it off, all we do is roll that forward. Now we just take this and go like that, drops the idle down. And we are going to be tracking our time, well, time and distance, and see how we do with fuel. I'm gonna start off on some easy stuff. It does seem to need to be cleaned out, which is kind of funny. I don't know why that is, but probably because it dumps a lot of extra gas at idle. There we go. Woo! Oh, this thing is fast, man. So John and I are gonna ride out this trail on our own bikes Then we're gonna switch. And I'm gonna leave it in the, I'm gonna call it desert mode. They call it advanced, but like, I don't think it's necessarily more advanced rider would use it, because just one that's smart about where he's riding. I mean, scary fast. So day 3 in a row riding, I'm a little tired. Sweet. Oh, I know. That's why I like to come here first, because it's... All right, guys. We are now on the 21 TPI. Same trail, going backwards. But it doesn't have the same top pull. It definitely does not pull on top like mine new one. But I think, you know, in whatever map it's in, it's got more low end. That's kind of the one thing about that desert map on the other bike, is it's you sacrifice a little low end. This bike pulls like a freaking monster down low though. Again, it's got an Arcatech head. It is good though. It is good though. So he's got his suspension valve and click just like my other bike, and it's in these whoops. It's very similar to my other bike, and definitely not as good as that XC chassis, but I like the forks. I like the spring forks a lot, but it's a little scarier in the whoops. It just, this definitely has more bottom end, no doubt. Not more than the stock, or I need to make it really clear that this is not a stock motor, and my other one is. But what do you think, John?
It needs a little bit more bottom end.
Yep, that's what I was just talking as I was riding this. This thing on the bottom is way stronger. Yeah, it's way stronger. It's awesome.
The suspension is, for stock suspension, is really good.
Yeah, yeah, and it's good out there because it's, you know, it's made to go fast. Like out of the box, it's a, you know, GNCC whatever kind of race bike, so it's made to and hit whoops, and so it handles that better. I like the suspension on that up there better. I like the bottom end better on that. That though pulls harder on the top. Like if you really wick it, like this one goes and then kind of levels off. This thing kind of starts a little slower and then just to the moon, which is a little scary. And after the race this weekend, I'm taking this thing off and measuring everything so he can, because he's already got a disc, a dome for it that I sent him. So, you know, as soon as I get that measurements and he knows what to, you know, how to shape it, you know, because if I can get that kind of bottom end out of that, but then still have that top end scream, it's going to be freaking amazing. Yeah. And it's got more bottom end if you put it in the easier map. We'll do that when we get in the rocks. We'll try that out. So guys, one thing I did change on the suspension just settings is I've been running 130 PSI. I went up to 135 for this ride just to see something different. And yeah, we'll see how it is. So far feels good, but in the whoops, I don't know that you're gonna notice a big difference. It'll be in the rocks, I think, that 5 PSI might make a good difference. Okay, second gear. Up Eagle Valley. Oh, I messed it up. Second still got it done though. Oh, also guys, I put a 50 tooth rear sprocket on it, which is definitely gonna lower the feeling of second. Oh, it is good. It may not quite be what John's is on the bottom, but it's also I lowered the PSI of the tire down to, I think I've got 12.5 in the front and 13 in the rear. Hopefully I don't get a flat. Uh-oh. Speaking of that, I might have a flat. Ha ha! Yep. Boom. Right there. That is why I don't run tubes. Freaking classic. Oh man, I thought I felt that thing hit the rim. Ah! There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go swap wheels, which I did not bring because I'm an idiot. That's okay though. I'll let John know what's going down and then I'll probably go swap wheels and come right back out. There we go, guys. That's why I run mooses. So, air got me and I have a flat now. I'll just leave. Are you going to be out here? Sure. I'm just going to leave this there, go grab a wheel, and I'll change it when I get back. All right, guys, so we're back out. We got a wheel from my other bike. And now we're going to see if they fit. I think they do. But I'm pretty sure they do. All looks the same. 17 up here. And a 10. The thing about the rear, if you guys haven't watched the other video, the W axle and everything will work on the new rear wheel, but with the right spacers in it, I think. I don't know. KTM changed it. We're going to go through all that, but they changed it yet again. There are now 3 rear axle sizes and 2 fronts, I believe. So that's awesome. It's like, should have just left it alone. Looks like we're winning. There we go. Yeah. All right, now we can go testing again. Taking Adobe Cruise out to the other side of Sunset Rocks Trail, and then we're gonna ride these things straight off on a rocky trail. All right, now we're at the Sunset Rocks Trail. This will be a good test between the 2 bikes and the rocks. It's not like crazy rocks, just a rocky trail. Like I said, just like 0 pressure, and don't listen to me. I'm gonna be right behind you because it makes for better, footage. But just do your thing. All right, guys, here we go. So that's John up there on the new bike, and it's on the mellow map, which should be good for this trail. And should give it more low end, but I'll tell you, man, the head on this bike is so impressive. You kind of forget. You forget till you ride a stock bike, and while that thing runs good, it does not have this kind of compression. And I just told John to ride as far as he wants to go on it. So, yeah, part of the goal here too is to watch that thing in the rocks, which will be easier in post-production and easier for you guys. Right now I'm trying to not crash this motorcycle. I think he's trying to be nice to my bike, which he doesn't need to be. He can beat that thing through the rocks. I'm going to. Definitely can't say how he's feeling, but the back tire looks pretty stuck to the ground, which is good. This whole section should be good, guys. Watch that rear wheel. Try to stay close to him. The bike I'm on, I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but you kind of hear like it sounds like it's a little lean. Like it doesn't like to go this slow, just like a little bit of a ping just for a second. Hear that? Not bad. Definitely like a normal TPI. But I can feel it and I can hear it. I hear any of that with mine up there. So word on the suspension on this bike is it feels great. Like I said, it is a fully revalved TBT setup, just like the one on my 300. So it feels awesome too. It's not it's not stock, but for stock, that one looks like it's working really well, which makes me really excited to get it valved and set up. Also get a bladder in the rear shock that it's got the piston. It's funny because KTM Hard Parts now offers a bladder. And I have one for that bike, so. Right up it. What do you think, Mr. Kurz?
A little bit out of shape.
Yeah. Looks like that suspension's working pretty good. I mean, the back tire looks like it's on the ground.
It's sticking.
It's sticking good. I don't know what the front looks like or feels like, but it can't feel as good as this.
It's it holds its line really good.
That's good.
You know, you don't have to think about where you're putting your front end. It's
Nice.
so it's good.
Yeah. How's the motor? That's the different map. It's probably feels a little bit better.
It's plenty doable for out here.
Yeah.
I don't need any more.
Right.
But no, it tracks really well. Plenty of power. I'm used to that transmission, so I'm
Right.
figuring out which gear to be in.
Right. Yeah.
But no, it feels really good.
Nice.
Stock bike, pretty phenomenal.
Pretty phenomenal. Like, that's how I feel about it. It's so far, it is the best stock bike I've ever ridden. I've never ridden a stock bike any better than that. Like, not even, and probably not even really that close. If you, let's just say you walk into the dealership, right? You got a choice between a 23W and a 23XC. What do you choose?
Going XC.
Yeah. That's how I feel too.
The only hindrance that I've seen in this stuff is linkage.
Yeah. Yep.
You put the right guard on here and you're fine.
Yeah.
But I heard it hitting a couple rocks, but
yeah. Sweet, man.
yeah, no, it's thanks for letting me ride it.
Yeah, heck yeah. You want to trade back or you want to keep riding it?
No, trade back. It's making a believer out of me.
Dude, it's making a believer out of me, and I'm not a FI guy.
Right.
At all. I don't like FI. I'm like, eh. And right now, I'm like, oh yeah.
It tortured the hell out of it because
Yeah.
well, if you can't break it,
It can't be broken. That's the goal. Yeah, that's what they say. I can break a ball bearing in a sandbox. Well, guys, you heard from John. This thing is really pretty freaking good in stock form. I mean, it's actually not, it's amazing in stock form. Obviously, you know, I am who I am, and we are who we are as far as the channel and a shop. So we're gonna keep testing stuff. We're gonna put all the guards and everything on it. But I don't know, guys. I think you could buy one of these things and be pretty damn happy with it in stock form. Yeah, his bike definitely makes more low end, but this makes plenty. See that? Right up it. Woo! That is chewed up right there. See, on that low map, I don't know what, I'm gonna change the names. Like stock and advanced or whatever. I think I'm gonna call it technical and desert. How about that? So in the technical map, you get a little ham-fisted with the throttle, it doesn't punish you. The other map, it will absolutely let you know that you made a mistake. All right, guys, I'm gonna finish up the day with a little bit of the Sidewinder Trail on this machine. See how this thing, whew, see how this thing likes even rockier stuff. Saw John's got to head back, take care of some stuff for the wife. All right, we're in white mode or tech mode. God. All right, coming up is one of the hardest parts of this trail if you're going this direction, which is we're going from south to north. You guys watched the video of my kid getting up it on his 100. It was pretty awesome. Let's see if I can do it on this new bike. I'm all by myself, so it's kind of nerve-wracking, to be honest, but we're gonna give it a shot. Yeah! Woohoo! Compared to a TBI XC-W. So, hopefully you guys have watched the whole video. You've heard John and I talking. But I just want to reiterate how much better this is in stock form than just about any other motorcycle I've ever ridden. And it is light years better than any TPI, XC or XC-W. The chassis, honestly, is incredible. No, I have not had it in the high mountains, but I've had it in plenty of rocks out here in the desert. I can tell how it's gonna work. It's really good. The motor, well here, just listen to this thing. So we're almost idle. You can hear it grunt. It pulled really, really well right out the bottom. And that's no clutch. Let's do that again. That was kind of cool. Let me find a smoother uphill section. There we go. Not really that uphill, but more or less idle. That thing is impressive. Like I said, this is the tech mode. I'm going to call it tech mode and desert mode. In tech mode, this thing literally has all the power you really need. Now we're going to try to get a little bit more with the head, but it's just incredible. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I'm sure you guys are picking up from what I'm saying. I am super happy with this motorcycle. I can't believe how well it works. And how much fun it is to ride. that was second gear, kind of by accident. As a hardcore carburetor guy, I don't think I could possibly jet anything this well. I really don't. To have this kind of bottom response, you usually end up a little bit rich. And I'm sure there's better carb guys than me out there that can do a better job, but I'm not bad at it. And I think this is beating me by quite a bit. So cool to have what feels like two different motorcycles in one without having to stop and change springs. Now, all of this stuff I'm saying, you know, is conditional on the fact no one knows how well this thing's going to hold up yet. I mean, that's the big unknown, right? Like, is it going to be any good? And I don't know. Wheelie over this. Oh yeah! Might be chasing down a shortcut. I don't know if I can actually chase him down or not. We'll give it a shot. Yoo-hoo! They chose poorly on that. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this thing up here. Lots of things going on in my head. I am beyond impressed with this motorcycle, as you've heard all this video and every other video. I think compared to a W, it's a night and day better. I'm going to let this Sherco guy go. So compared to a W, it's not as set up for the rocks, but as you heard John say, TPI W versus this all day. The throttle body injection, guys, is game changing. It honestly feels like the same amount of game change, whatever, terrible wording, but same amount of game change as the counterbalancer was in 2017. That really kind of made it to where I was definitely going Austrian or European for good at that point. Once I felt that counterbalance motor, I mean, I love YZs. My kids are still riding them. I still really enjoy riding them, but that counterbalancer was like, holy moly, this thing is good, especially for an old guy riding, you know, more traily stuff, not motocross or fast stuff. So that was a huge, huge change. Then they brought the TPI out, and honestly, it made me just like back away and really think about going with another brand. I was seriously considering a Beta or a Sherco to get a carburetor, but I knew this was coming. I knew you guys would want to hear the content or see the content from it, so I knew it would make sense for the channel and for my shop to stay current, so I got it. Now that I've ridden it, as long as if it doesn't break, right, so let's just be honest, if it doesn't break or have any weird problems, there's no way I'm riding anything but this until they change it, and you know, if they mess it up and go something weird. But right now, this is the best motorcycle I've ever ridden. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. Anyway, I hope you guys liked that video. Sorry for the clickbaity title and thumbnail, but you know, we got to get you guys in here. I hope it was still informative. I hope you still enjoyed it. If you did, maybe consider giving us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Share this with a friend who's maybe thinking about one of these or giving you a hard time about spending this kind of money on. And yeah, I hope you get out and spread the gospel of two wheels, and I desperately hope that what we're doing here at Highland Cycles is inspiring you guys to work on, but way more importantly, get out and ride your dirt bikes!